Hey everyone, I'm Shakiba from Markevel team. Welcome to another episode of Bubbly Talking Show. Bubbly Talking is a kind of travel talks in which we're gonna be talking with different tourists and see the world through their point of view. Here we have a guest from London. Hi Mitch, we are happy that you are here.
Hey, thank you for having me. Excited for this call. First for me, I've never done this before, so yeah, excited. Looking forward to it.
We are happy that you are here because we want to talk about one of the special destinations in my idea, Budapest. Yeah?
Yeah, perfect. Beautiful place.
Yes, I checked your Instagram post and I know that it's wonderful places, special Danube River.
hmm
Okay, before start anything, can you tell us a little about yourself?
Yeah, sure. My name is Mitch. I am from Wolverhampton, which is in the West Midlands area of the UK.
Mm,
I travel with my wife Becky. Together we're called the Bearded Traveller and Mrs. Traveller, and we've been together for about 7 years. During that time, we've been to various places around parts of Europe and the UK, inspiring people to get out and explore, really.
mm.
And we have a YouTube channel and an Instagram sharing our stories and documenting our trips, basically. And that's pretty much us.
You usually travel with your wife, yes? You're a couple traveler, yeah?
Yes, correct. Yeah, we're a couple
And
traveling now.
isn't it hard for you as a couple traveler to always travel to another places as a woman and man?
We do have discussions about where we want to go, and we do sort of decide which one we want to go to first or where we want to go. After much discussion, we do end up coming to a conclusion of where we want to go. So, to be fair, it's quite simple to make a decision because we both want to go somewhere. If we don't go to one of the places that we want to go, either Bex or me, we just make a compromise and hope we go next time somewhere that we want to go. So pretty much compromising, but there's somewhere to explore, so why not? Basically.
So do you have any complaint in the choose a destination?
To be fair, we've made good decisions together on where we've been, and so far we've made good decisions, and I think we continue making good decisions. To be fair,
Mm,
we work as quite a good partnership, and yeah, we work together really, and it's quite nice the dynamic of that.
so good. And do you have any argue during your travel as a couple?
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes, but that's part and parcel of being a couple traveller and being married. So,
Yeah.
but most of the time, it is a good partnership. Sometimes we disagree where we want to go first in a particular location. Um, yeah, there's discussions where we want to go and what's the plan really, and who's carrying the equipment, which is the main part.
And who usually choose the destination?
Um, Overall, I think Bex gets to say, and I agree most of the time with what she wants to do, and we're happy to do that
Mm,
wherever we're going. But most of the time, it's a collective decision on where we go, and
that's
that's how it
nice. So
works.
you are a very wonderful couple.
Yeah,
Okay. When were you there in Budapest?
we were. Let me just check. I keep forgetting.
Oh,
Behind me, we have a board, so we have a memory of where we went.
these are
So
your
it's
image
Budapest.
for the Budapest, yeah?
Yeah, it's just at the bottom here. So that's the shoes of Danube.
Mm.
So as the Danube River, and that's
And
Budapest. We went to.
it's not very clear. I can see very clear your image, but
So
uh,
what you can actually see on that image is basically the River Danube,
mm,
and next to it is the shoes. The shoes that
mhm.
the I think it was where the Jewish were put.
Yeah.
Think in the history, and that's where they had to take off their shoes before they were shot into the river, unfortunately, during war times. And it's a pretty sad story, but there's a great memorial about it, and there's some iron shoes. We went to
Mm-hmm.
Budapest in about 2018. I think it was August time, I
Mm-hmm.
believe, 2018. And it's a great city. It's an amazing city, full of culture and full of history.
And how was the weather there in the August?
It's very nice. It was very humid, and it was very nice and warm. Some days was really warm, at about 24 degrees if UK. Where I can't remember the degrees or Fahrenheit, but I think it's 24 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time it was quite warm, warm nights, and quite muggy really. And it was quite a nice weather, to be fair.
So was it the peak time of Budapest?
When we went, it was sort of on the rise of the peak, to be fair. It was quite quiet, but there were people that were going on stag do's and hen do's
Mm-hmm.
and like different group excursions, so they were busy in little groups. But at that time, it wasn't quite busy. I'd imagine it's a bit more tricky nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
obviously with the pandemic that we're with. But at the time, it was okay. It wasn't too busy at all.
Mm-hmm. And how many days did you stay there?
We stayed for a long weekend, which is for us is a Friday to Monday, so that's about 4 days. We
Was
try
it
and get
enough? Was it enough 4 days for the Budapest?
I feel like it was enough, to be fair, for what we did. We got a lot of things done within the days. We got the Parliament building done.
Mm-hmm.
We had 1 day of exploring Buda and then going into Pest. So we explored that and walked into Buda, the old town. And then we managed to get to Matthias Cathedral in one of the days. And the chain bridge, so you get to basically tick off those in more or less a journey. So we started from where the Parliament building was, walked down to the River Danube, crossed the chain bridge, which is, I can't remember the name of it in Hungarian, but it's a chain bridge, and then you walk right down to the old town, which is Buda. And 4 days is pretty decent for what you can do in
walked
4 days.
all the road?
Yeah, we walked around, so
Wasn't
we
it
like
hard?
our walking.
Wasn't it hard?
Not particularly. We had shorts and t-shirts on, and we was okay. Had some water, so the water is quite cheap, to be fair, in Hungarian money. So it's about 60 pence in UK. So it's not too bad at all. And yeah, we walked over the 4 days. Our hotel was centrally based as well, so it was quite nice to get out there.
And where did you stay in Budapest? Did you stay in a hotel or any academic?
We stayed in a
accommodation?
hotel.
Which hotel? Can you remember the name? Because I wanna know if your hotel is good and it has good stuff, you can suggest to our audience too.
I'll try and research that one. I'm trying to find the photos. But it was central Budapest, so there's quite a few in central Budapest. And it was fairly priced, to be honest. We went as a big group, but we paid as a pair, and I think it was about £60, £60, I think, something like that per night or something per couple. I think I'm trying to find out the hotel. Hopefully, if I can use my Google.
Okay, that's fine. And what about the price in Budapest? Was it the expensive destination?
It's not that expensive at all. No, it's quite a cheap city, to be fair. I think that's why we picked it, because it was quite low price and very reasonable price. Obviously, other cities could be a bit more, but no, it was average priced, I'd say.
So, what was the first thing that caught your attention to travel to Budapest? Why you choose this destination?
Well, the actual inspiration was the song from George Ezra, Budapest, and his song has some inspiration for it. and the lyric that says "Miles from Budapest, my hidden treasure chest," and I thought there's got to be some history about this and some culture, and we like seeing history and culture of the cities, learning a bit more about their background, and fully immersing ourselves. And Budapest seemed like a nice city to go to. It was unique, full of culture and history.
Mm. Does it have any special nature for someone who loves nature? Budapest is a good destination or just a historical? And it's good for someone who loves history and something like that.
Absolutely. So if you love history, this is worth going to. A lot of cultural buildings, a lot of architecture that is quite pretty. There's some history between Buda and Pest and how there actually is two cities in the one city. So Buda is the old town, and you can see a lot of beautiful buildings. There is a little separate island. It's still attached, but it's a separate island, and that's where the fountain is, the magical fountain. And there's a great massive park or grassed area and massive park, so you can walk around the park.
So it's just more history, yes?
Yes, I'd say so. More history and culture.
And did you use any special tour there? Tour packages, I mean.
Not particularly. We sort of used our own initiative, our own ideas. We used Google and saw what the best attractions were, and we just used our own ideas. And we got a map from the visitor centre or the hotel, and the attractions are more or less pointed out for you. So we tried to figure out a route from our hotel and find the closest one, and then walk gradually around. Each day we get different places. Each day we explore a certain area and then come back.
Okay, and was your hotel near the attraction places?
The hotel was near the chain bridge. I think it was about a 15-20 minute walk from the chain bridge and near the Parliament building. And that the new river with the shoes, the Parliament building and the chain bridge are more or less in centre.
Okay, but about other places, you should use a car, yeah?
Yeah, you could do. There is an aqua bus, so it goes along the river, and it goes up the river to where you need to go. There is excursion to go on a boat trip. It goes right down the Danube River, it goes past the Parliament building and Buda Castle. So Buda Castle's a good one to watch out for as well. If you're into walking, it's great for walking. You can get Ubers, you can get taxis, public transport and all that.
And how was the public transportation there? Was it good, modern or not? Because I heard about Budapest Metro. I don't know. It's the oldest metro in Europe. I don't know exactly. Was it true or not?
I think so. We didn't actually use the transport, but the metro did look fairly old. There's some historical buildings, transport, sorry, and some of the some of the transport was average. So there's some modern bits and bobs going around, but there was quite average. And there's a lift, like a looking lift that goes up into Budapest itself. It's an old sort of tram that goes up, and you can look over the city, like a 360 sort of view.
With train? I can't.
It's like a cable car. A cable car that goes inside of the building. Well, not the building, the side of the walkway to go up to Buda. And that one's worth going on as well. We didn't go on that one either. But yeah.
So I think you didn't use any public transportation because you walk all the 4 days, yeah?
Yeah, you can walk, you can use transport. It depends what you're into.
I can't believe 4 days walking. I can't.
Oh no, we wouldn't walk 4 days. It would be 4 days straight. We do one day and then probably find our way back, and on our way back we'd find some food, and then go back and chill out in the hotel.
Mm.
And each day had a sort of task. So day one, we went to the Magic Fountain. We went back to the hotel, chilled out for the evening. The next day, we went to further into Budapest. So we went to the Parliament Building, the Buda River, and then walked up to the Chain Bridge. And you can look across the water into the other city, Buda. And then the next day, well, that day we sort of come back home, go back to the hotel, find some more food, and the next day we went to the Chain Bridge.
So you start
across.
your day from morning walk to the street, eat street food,
Yeah.
I think, and at the end of the day you come back to your hotel, yeah?
Pretty much, yeah. So we'd try and aim to get out for about 9, 10. So we all went down for breakfast. What's the plan for the day? We set out about 9, 10 from the hotel, and more or less spent most of the day out and about. At lunchtime, if we found a nice restaurant, we'd have a beer and chill out, and then obviously either make our way back or go on further. And sometimes we'd be finished at about 3, 4-ish, come back to the hotel, probably refresh, get ourselves changed and showered and whatnot, and then find some food for the evening, about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and then just chill out till about till you go to sleep, basically. So
Nice.
yeah,
I didn't experience a walking tour for the whole day, but I think it can be enjoyable. I should try it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. After watch a short clip of Mitch, we will come back to the yummy part of the.
Nékem csak Budapest kell, hol az ember kora reggel szívesen kell, és a szíve már is hevesen ver. Mindig csak Budapest kell, ez a szép hely, virít éjjel, mesefényjel, mert versenyben áll a magas éggel. Bárhogy mondják, nagy itt a rohanás, buzzaj az akadó zeng. Nem kell már a fülemnek soha más, hogy lehet valahogy sem. Hát nékem csak Budapest kell, hol az ember kora reggel szívesen kell, mert imádom forró szerelemmel.
Okay, we will come back with. We want to talk about yummy part of Budapest. How was the food there?
The food is very nice. There's a lot of pastries. They sort of do like I'm not sure if you heard of a pasty. So basically it's like
Pasty?
a pasty. So in the UK we have pasties, and what they are is I can't remember what they're called. Like
I think your wife should explain it about food.
So basically it's a pastry with contents inside, so it could be meat, vegetables or anything like that. And in Budapest they do their own version of what's called a pastry. So it's a pastry based
What's the material? What's the main material?
They do stews, so they do different stews, various foods. They have a national dish too. A pasty is quite similar to their pastry food. Their pastry has some contents in there, so it could be meat, vegetables, sausages or anything like that. And we have something similar at home. They have something called goulash, which is like a meat stew, which is like a meat or vegetable stew. They have something called a fisherman's soup as well, because they're like fish-based foods. They did a really nice steak sandwich at the barbecue place that we went to, and some amazing ribs and steak. And they have a good variety of food if you like your food. There's all sorts of amazing pastries as well for breakfast. It's unlimited. It's unlimited how many.
So it's a good destination for someone who loves food. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If you like your food,
Instead of historical places, you can enjoy food there. Yeah.
Well, you can do both. You can check the history out while eating their pastries.
And how about the people there? Were they friendly or not? How they act with someone who come from another country?
They're very happy. They're very happy people. They're
Mm-hmm.
very friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they are very nice people. To be fair, the hotel people staff could do enough for us. It was really friendly, really helpful, really polite. And I think they understand that people are coming in to see their history and their culture, and I think they're quite understanding with it. To be honest, I
Mm-hmm.
think at the point where it's really high season, it's really busy. I
Mm-hmm.
could imagine that they do get a bit upset, I guess, and not as friendly, and a bit angry sometimes because it's so busy,
Uh,
and in a way, people might say they're ruining the culture, but
yes, they can live
I
like they want because most of the tourists are there in the place and the traffic and something like that. It
yeah,
may happen. Yeah.
yeah. But no, there was friendly people, nice friendly people.
Okay, and sometimes when we want to travel to somewhere, we think about it, we imagine, we have a lot of picture in our mind, and when we go there, we see something different, and we shocked, I think, sometimes, and we say that, wow, what happens? Do you have such this experience in Budapest?
It was exactly how we imagined it. The Buda Castle was amazing to see in person. I've seen some pictures, and the sheer scale of it is incredible. I didn't even realise that Buda Castle was Buda Castle at the time. And I remember filming it vividly and thinking, that's not Buda Castle. In fact, it was. We stood right by it.
Mm-hmm.
The Hungarian Parliament building is huge. It's incredible how detailed it is in there and so much detail. Um, there's Budapest baths as well, so the thermal baths. They are
Mm-hmm.
old historical baths that people used to go in there, and we
Bath,
went in there
bath,
too.
historical bath.
Like a like steam,
Mm-hmm.
jacuzzis and a swimming pool and like a Lido, I think they call them. And it was really good to see that. And there's so much history and the buildings look really nice. Yeah, and it's as you would imagine when you go. The
Mm-hmm.
pictures do come to life when you go there.
And what was the favorite part of your trip?
The favourite part of the trip was, I think
You
the
have
the thermal
you
baths.
have lots of favorite parts, yeah?
Absolutely, every part. You're just walking around gobsmacked. You're like, it's all the way around, just a surprise all the time.
Always you
Um,
liked it. Oh.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Particularly for the history and the culture and stuff like that, it did open your eyes to see a different world or a different country basically. It was amazing. I'd say for me it was the Buda Castle, the Chain Bridge,
Mm.
and going into the old town of Buda, seeing the Matthias Cathedral.
Okay, that's fine. And any funny story you would like to share with us during your travel, during your walking travel?
Uh, there was at one point I looked across to the river
Mm?
Danube, and then I had to take a second glance because I didn't even realise it at the time, a buzz going across the river. And then it wasn't until Bex elbowed me and went, you do know that's floating on water, don't you? And I went, oh yeah, I can see it floating across the water now. So yeah, and I think the water feature, we were standing there to take a photo. We was looking at the camera, having smiling, taking a selfie, and all of a sudden we got soaked by the water as well, by the water feature. So yeah, there's always some funny stories.
Where's your wife? I want to see her. Can she come or not?
I'll try. She might be busy, but I'll just bear with me. I'll try and see if we can grab
Okay.
her for a sec. A bit camera shy, but I'm trying to.
Okay, no problem. I don't want to bother here.
It's okay. I'm sure she'll say hi and then she'll disappear.
Hi. Hi, how are you?
I'm alright,
Be-
thank you. How are you?
Because you are in all the images in Mitch page, I want to see you and ask you about your experience from your idea about Budapest. As a
Budapest.
wife that walk around the Budapest. Wasn't it hard for
Budapest.
you to walk 4 days as a woman? It's unbelievable for
Walking.
me.
I think we do so much walking generally in other like in
At home.
England here
Mm.
and everywhere else. We just walk. We prefer to walk than not walk. We don't feel the heat as much, I think, when we're walking.
Mm.
Okay,
So no.
so you are a very, very good partner.
Thank you.
Thanks for accept my invitation to be here. I'm very happy that you are here now. And can you tell us about your challenges that you faced during your travel?
We always get stopped
What?
In the border control.
in border control. We always get stopped and looked at because our pictures on our passports look so different to what we actually look like.
So you, they have a hard process, yes?
So basically, I have on my passport photo, I have no beard and really long hair. So they double check.
They always double check
And
him,
then-
and it takes forever, and he gets all flustered and.
And Beck sometimes gets stopped because you take your glasses
My
off
glasses
or your hair's
something,
longer.
yeah.
I end up usually getting flustered about the part where you put off, you go through border control, so the customs part, the security part. You have to take all your equipment off and put it into the trays, and I get a bit
He gets all flustered.
flustered about it. Going, come on, let's go quick, we want to get going.
So you have a hard process for traveling there, yeah? Because of your
Yeah.
changes.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Okay, and are there any special rules that we must be aware of when we want to travel to Budapest?
Any rules to be aware of?
I don't think there is.
About
I
the
think it's just being
dress,
aware.
about the...
Oh no, there's no dress. You can wear anything you want, really. Just sort of being aware of your surroundings, aware of who you're with, just to be
In
careful.
the religious places, we did have to. I think we had to cover.
When you went to the cathedral,
Yeah, we
So
had
we
to.
went to-
Like us women had to cover our shoulders. I think it was.
to religious places, yeah?
Yeah.
Mm.
But other than that, no, I think it was.
yeah. Other than that, it was
About
okay.
cultural, about the people, some act that they don't like, if something like that. Cultural.
No, to be fair, that you're okay. There's no hiding or anything particular like that.
No, I just think it was in the.
You're more or less free to, express how you want, express yourself how you want. It's just when we went to the religious building, I think.
I'm sure I just wore a cardigan.
I think you can
kind
wear a
of thing.
cardigan or something like that, or a jumper to cover your arms, basically. I think before their religious
Mhm.
building. Apart from that, you're free to wear what you want within sensible reason,
Mhm.
but you can wear what you want.
Mitch told us a funniest story. Do you have another funniest story during your travel in Budapest?
Ooh, Budapest.
We got soap by we got soap by the water fountain, and
Well,
I didn't realise that Budapest.
yeah. So when we went to Budapest, we went actually with a big group of friends and family. There was 15 of us in total, and they kept saying my challenge was to make everyone in a selfie, and I had to try and get as many selfies with all 15 of us in. So I was forever going selfie, selfie, selfie with everyone. And
Yeah.
I think towards the third day they were like, enough of the selfies. Like, well, you challenged me to get as many as possible with 15 of us.
I think it's the big challenges for you to travel to Budapest, not the process. Yeah.
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 And about the visa process, was it hard for you? Do you need a visa or something like that?
No,
No.
no, you go straight through, no
Mhm.
problem, no visas, just straight in, show your passport,
Mhm.
and that's it.
Okay. And is there anything that I haven't asked you, but you like to share it about Budapest?
If well, I forgot to mention that bit actually. We took advantage of the underground,
Mm.
so the underground's quite useful to go through different places across Budapest.
Mhm.
Other
Obviously, there is Buda and there is Pest, so there's the
Yeah.
old town and the new
Mm.
town, which we travelled to the
Old Town.
old
Buda.
town
So it's
as well as
include two parts, modern city and the old, yeah.
Yeah. It's two
yeah,
cities in one.
Mhm.
which was very good.
The thermal baths are definitely one to go to. If you are taking your cameras or your phones,
Mhm.
take like a waterproof case.
And you'll be able to use that in the
so you can
thermal
use it.
baths.
Because when we went to the thermal baths, you had to put everything in a locker. Our bags and belongings were in a locker, and we had a fob, like a bracelet to get your key. But if you do take your phone, take something waterproof, so you can take your photos and take your videos and take your pictures. And that's pretty much it, I think. Just enjoy it as well, because it is an amazing city. It is worth going there to take it all in.
We enjoy a lot about your experience to Budapest, and I think that audience can, if they like historic places, they can enjoy in Budapest. Thanks for taking your
Yeah.
time and being with us.
My pleasure. Our pleasure as
Yeah,
well.
definitely.
Thank you for inviting us. We've really enjoyed it today.
Me too. And thanks for watching us. I hope you found this video useful. And if you have this experience, such as Miss Travelers and Mitch, you can contact us because you can be our next guest. Thank you. Bye bye, Mitch. Thank you, Miss Traveler.
Bye.
Bye.